Today at home for Miss Joan, for preachers and my lunch, we're gonna fry up some okra. So I thought, well, we'll just film it for my YouTube friends. Look what a pretty group of okra that he brought in, and I've already cut up a bunch here, but I wanted to show you, if anybody never has fried any, just how I cut it up. This clean okra, been washed. I cut that little pot, it's called a pod, I think. I cut both ends off of it. Whoops. And I just cut it in little circles. I would say that's about a, what is that? 1/4 of an inch? A little bit bigger. Anyway, you just cut it off. Keep the tail. And here we go. And then sometimes if I'm being real smart like, I'll just do 2 at a time. Look at me. Just slice her off. All right. It's real easy. And this is what, I guess what you call a southern favorite. Everybody knows what fried okra is, okay? Some boil it, pickle it, all kinds of stuff. But this is the main way that we like it here, is just old-time plain fried okra, okay? And just cut it up. It's up to you how thick you want it. Just play with it and see what your family likes. This is how mine likes it. They'll be taking preacher work when he comes in. Anyway, then I'm going to pour it over here, and the rest of it I've done cut up. Okay. The trick to me to getting the seasoning to stick to it is pour buttermilk on it, okay? So I've just got, mine's whole buttermilk. That's kind of I like the best. And I don't usually measure it, but we can. Let's see. I want to help all y'all learn how to do this because I know how good it is. All right. What I usually do is just pour enough over it to coat it good. So I'm going to start out and I'll pour a cupful in here and I'll let you know how much we use. How's that? So I'm just pouring it over the top of it. Okay. In this case, it's a whole cup of buttermilk right there. That looks like about the right amount. Look at it. See, it's just really, see how it's coating each piece of the okra? I'm going to add cornmeal and flour. More cornmeal than I do flour, okay? This right here, let's just measure it. This is a 1/2 cup of regular cornmeal. My favorite is Martha White. I'm gonna put that on there. And I'm gonna actually do a whole cup of that. And then I'm gonna come back and put just a little bit of flour. Some people, now they put all cornmeal on theirs. I don't. I mix it. What I do is 1 part meal and a 1/2 part flour, okay? That's what I'm doing. In this, I put a cup of cornmeal and I put about a 1/2 cup of flour, okay? So it was that ratio. I'm gonna put the lid on this, snap it down. I'm gonna do it just like I do my squash. I put squash in here, you know, y'all see me do that. I shake it up. That way it don't make a big mess. Pull the lid off. See it? It's all coated. Because that buttermilk, see, it helped it stick to all this. See, every bit of that coating is on the okra. That is good right there. All right. Now I may have to see if my grease is hot. Do a little test, see if we need to wait a little longer. Oh man, look at that. I put 2 cups of Wesson oil, vegetable oil. Wesson oil's the brand name, I'm sorry. I'm trying to get this out of this bowl without melting my plastic bowl with that hot oil. But there it goes. All in here. Look, it's full. I'll just get it full. See how quick it's frying really good. That now went in for a test print. Look at that. Test print. Can you tell on top it sounded like my computer? Alright. We'll put it in here. You don't have to have an electric skillet. You ain't gonna be able to find one of these except maybe on eBay. It's old, like 1950 or 1960. It used to be my mama's. But I'm gonna salt and pepper it. That's all you have to do, and just let it cook. Oh yeah. I met this guy, pilot, on our trip to Alaska. Alec. I kept calling him Alex. He flew us over to Katmai National Park. We took that float plane ride, and he was our pilot. Of course, look up that video of where we went to Katmai National Park via Alec driving, being the pilot on the float plane. Anyway, he was so nice to help me because, you know, I was slower than the others in the group. But he was so nice to help me. The whole group was. But anyway, look, cooking this okra today, Alec, in your honor. Because as we was talking, he said, Miss Joan, do you cook okra on your channel? I said, well, when I get back home, Preacher brings in okra, gets big enough in the garden, I'm going to cook some up, and you can look it up there on YouTube in a few days. So that's what he can do. He can look this up. And I really enjoyed meeting him, and all the ones on the plane. It was so good to me, every one of them. And anyway, what I'm going to do now is just let this cook and all. I'll check it in a few minutes. I'll tell you how long, okay? But if you don't have this kind of electric skillet or any kind, just cook it on your stove in an iron skillet, Teflon skillet, whatever skillet, stainless steel, whatever you got, okay? It'll all work just the same. Okay, I'm taking the lid off. I'm going to check it, and I looked at the clock. It's been 7 minutes. I'm just going to give it a little flip. Now, I think it's my brother, Jeff. He does his in one of them, I don't know what you call it, fry babies, fry mamas, some kind of little deep fat fryer. And he does some good okra. He cooks it a lot more than I do. I like to cook several at a time like this. But anyway, that's my first little flip here at 7 minutes. Alrighty, here's my second check. See how it's cooked down? How big it was to start with, and it's cooked down? Alright, I'm going to reach in here with my spatula, flip it over. It's been, according to exact minutes on my clock, it's been 9 minutes, and I'm checking. I checked it first time at 7, checking it this time at 9. Somewhere around 10 minutes per check. Get you right on it. You check it however many times you want to. I just know what I do. Anyway, see how it's coming along? It looks like my mama's okra, okay? And so, that's a good sign. It looks like hers, but man, she sure can cook. And, oh yeah, people's always saying, Miss Joan, what's this on your counter? What's that on your counter? And I got looking around, and these are my, I call them 14-day pickles. I believe the subtitle or the title on the YouTube channel says sweet pickles, okay? But anyway, I've got this on YouTube if you want to look it up on how to make them. But anyway, we're frying okra right now. We're going to have pork chops and okra and slaw and fresh green beans out of Preacher's garden. I got another video about canning them up them green beans too. Alrighty, let's let this cook a little longer. Now, it's going to really start cooking, see? You got to check it more often. It'll be done in a jiffy. Well, it's only been 3 minutes from that last check, see? Now I'm really keeping an eye on it. Flipping and turning. Flipping and turning. That looks good. This is in the summertime especially, it's a staple. But you can freeze okra. Just those pods you saw, just clean them good and stick them down in a freezer bag. Sometime later on, you want to cook you some okra, just get them out, let them sit out on the bar a little bit, and then do the same process right here. It tastes just as good in the winter as it does in the summer. Sometime I might do a video on freezing the okra. But anyway, a little more salt and pepper. This is all for taste. This stuff is really close to taking up. I'm going to proclaim this stuff done, okay? It's been cooking 20 minutes. And what I done was I just got me a bowl and put some paper towel in the bottom because we do want to get as much the grease off of it that we can. And of course, seeing this family, friends, faith, and food bowl, my friend Brenda gave me this. Oh man, she's always coming in the back door with some kind of little present. And she passed away. Y'all probably seen that on the Alaskan video. She was going to go with us to that trip, but she didn't get to go. She went on a greater trip, I'll tell you that. Heaven. And I'm going to see her again one day. But either way, I'm going to take this and Brenda's dish. I'm going to start dipping out my okra. I like it. I use this thing right here just because it's got all the slits in it. I need to get me one of those draining dippers that I see. I just hadn't done it. I got so much stuff. It's been working for so long. Anyway. Creatures fresh fried okra right out of the garden today. Woo-wee. I'm telling you. This is going to be so good here in a little bit when we get our lunch plate fixed. I make a mess now. Y'all done learned to watch at home. Miss Joan, she gonna make a mess of it. Getting stuff out. I want to move this over a little bit so a lot of that can get to the napkin too that I'm fixing to put in here at the last minute. Wow, 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 wow. Isn't that pretty? Be even pretty when I take this napkin out from under it, but I wanted y'all to see it right fresh out of the grease from being fried. 20 minutes, you can have you some good old southern okra. Oh my goodness. How wonderful. So easy to make. Don't let it intimidate you, okay? You just cut it up, batter it, and fry it. That's all in the world you do, salt and pepper. And if you didn't have this much of that many pods of okra, then just start out with just sprinkling it with a little meal. Sprinkle it with a little meal. Half as much flour, okay? That's it. That is, oh yeah, coat it with the buttermilk. That is the key. Because you can cook it without the buttermilk. It just, the crust, see how the crust sticks to this? See that? That's stuck to it. Because that butter, it's been coated in that buttermilk, see? Look at that. Right, it's coated right there. See it? Alrighty. We're going to knead up some okra. And if you would like my videos, I'd appreciate it. You learned this today right here at Home with Miss Joan.